Hi there, Evan here at the Chronicle for May 4th, 2020, where that future starts today. TD Economics is at it again. This article is from the Georgia Strait. Homeowners avoiding distress selling key to Canadian housing market recovery, TD Economics. Okay, hold on. Time out. A couple days ago, you put out a report saying how all the job losses were lower wage jobs, so it doesn't matter. So in a couple of days, you go from that to now saying there could be too much supply. Am I the only one seeing the contradiction here? But anyhow, I digress. And then in the article, the Economist from TD mentions their base case in that supply will go down as fast as demand and then recover gradually. Now again, this is another contradiction. Remember the video I did a couple of days ago about TD's March housing report? In that report, there's a chart. That chart says home sales are going to have a V-shaped recovery. So again, we go from V-shaped recovery a couple of days ago to recover gradually now. Again, which one is it? I don't think they know. But anyways, in the article also, TD mentions that mortgage deferrals are going to be a short-term hit to the supply market. Why? People are in trouble, people call their lender, they get a deferral, and obviously wait until things get better. But here's the problem with that. As I've said many times on this channel, and this is looking more and more true by the day, there won't be a V-shaped recovery. And many of those people that got deferrals now will be in an even worse situation 6 months from now. So all they've done here is taken that supply that would have come on the market now and pushed it out 6 months. Even if you don't agree that housing is going to go down all that much, you have to admit here, all they've done is push supply out and prolong the pain. And then they go on, as they mention in the title of the article, please don't sell. But okay. Now while we're on the topic of supply, to me, it's so overrated. I'll tell you why. Ask yourself this question. If someone couldn't take on too much debt in the first place to buy a home they couldn't really afford, would that purchase have still happened? No. So that supply has always been there. The thing is, the excessive debt was the demand to soak up all that supply. Now I know there was foreign money laundering, there's immigration factored in there also, but ask yourself that question. If someone couldn't take out that excessive debt in the first place, is the purchase going to happen anyways? No. And then once you get in the home, there's obviously the whole issue with HELOCs, people using their homes as ATMs to spend in the real economy, to spend on investment properties, to spend on a down payment for their home for their son or daughter. Okay, all that I'll grant you, but remember, excessive debt was the trigger for all that, not the virus. So keep that in mind. And this whole thing about immigration, look, it's pretty simple over time. The economy goes down, immigration flows go down. Okay? Ask Australia. They're experiencing the same thing right now. And by the way, the Aussies have a worse housing bubble than Canada. And by the way, the Aussies have a worse bubble than Canada does, so keep that in mind. And before we go, I just want to make one last point. I've mentioned on previous videos that the central bank and government put is dead. Not only for the reason that all options expire worthless, but think about this. We've now found the kryptonite for that put. That's unemployment. Look at it a different way. I've mentioned many times on this channel and been proven right for it time and time again. The Canadian housing market was and is the Canadian economy. Rising wealth effect from rising home prices allowed people to spend out in the real economy, and that created jobs, giving the optical illusion everything was fine. Now think of what happens when unemployment spikes like it has in the last couple of months. It takes that tide going out, puts it in reverse, brings that tide coming back in. Unemployment spikes, people obviously then don't have the real disposable income to spend in the real economy, which then hits wealth effect, and then hits home sales, which ultimately hits home prices. Sure you haven't seen that anywhere else but here. Really, that's the best place to go ahead and leave it. Smash the like button, leave a comment, subscribe, follow both my accounts on Twitter, and as always, my name is Evan. This is the Chronicle, where that future starts today.